I'm Jim Rodeman. I'm privileged to serve as director of Wells Lutheran Schools.
And I'm Don Sutton. I'm the leader of Grace in Action, a parasynodical or Wells-affiliated ministry that provides training, team building, and strategic planning.
Okay. We're here today to talk about CliftonStrengths, a tool that can be a marvelous aid to individuals and ministry teams as they consider the God-given strengths they've received.
CliftonStrengths, formerly called StrengthsFinder, is a Gallup online inventory that takes people through a series of questions focused around 34 strengths to help them to identify their top 5 strengths so that they can be as effective as they can be, whether it's working as an individual or working with others. When people are working out of their top 5 strengths, generally speaking, they have 80% productivity with 20% expenditure of energy.
It's certainly very critical to have all members of a ministry team working out of their strengths. Don, can you talk to us about the unique nature of CliftonStrengths and how it can really identify those features of an individual?
Sure. When you use that word unique, that's key to CliftonStrengths and identifying one's strengths. Gallup maintains that for someone to have the same top 5 strengths as another person, the odds are 1 in 275,000. For someone to have the same top 5 strengths in the same order as another person, now we're getting into odds of 1 in 33 million. And so if people can recognize their strengths and work out of those top 5 strengths, what they do is fluid, it's very effective, it's good stewardship, using time, using energy. But at the same time, if they recognize the strengths that are much lower in terms of their 34, and they're not striving to be something that they're not really wired to be, they reach out to other people using their strengths for them, where they can use a person's strengths, but then using another person's strengths in those areas where perhaps they're not so strong. And therefore, it makes for a strong, unified team.
You know, I've seen that firsthand, just getting to understand the strengths that are on our particular team. My number 33 is includer, and oftentimes we would come to decisions or think we knew where we were going, and I would say, let's go ahead, and one of the other members who has includer very high would say, well, let's ask so-and-so. Initially, I felt a little bit like, don't you trust my judgment? But in reality, I naturally rely on a small inner circle of individuals to help guide me, and she appreciates getting a wide variety of opinions, and understanding what makes us tick makes it a lot easier than to recognize why she's always asking for additional input on things.
Yeah. Sometimes I think we feel that our perspective is the only right one, and we wonder why everybody's not seeing everything the way we see it and why they're not doing certain things a certain way. And I think CliftonStrengths helps us to recognize the fact that God did make us the way He did and that we're unique, but that the strengths of others make them unique too, and it brings a different perspective of approaches to ministry, as well as just how a person is going to function in ministry. And so, again, it can, I think, just broaden the appreciation and the respect for team.
Put out by Gallup, a secular company, they have 4 main quadrants when they take a look at an individual's strengths. Grace in Action has taken it a step further. You want to talk about that for a minute?
Sure. Gallup has the 4 categories of executing, influencing, seeing, and relational. The experts with whom we work feel that there can be more definition to the strengths categories, and so they have divided the strengths into 8 categories. One is traction, which is starting. Another one is driving, which is finishing. Then there's the interpersonal, the people strengths that bring warmth to a person and a team. There are the lifestyle, which that's kind of like going to the spice cabinet, and they flavor a team. And then there are those strengths that we call the wild cards. There's only 2 of them. One is learner, and another one is communication, but they enhance the team in many ways. And then there are the problem identification strengths that enable a team to zero in on really what's the heart of issues that are getting in the way of our achieving our mission and our objectives. And then there are the problem solving strengths. And you put those all together. If there's an issue, the problem identification strengths, see what's really at the heart of the issue. Problem solving strengths come up with a solution. Then the traction strengths get it going, driving finish. But all along you've got your seeing, which are making sure things are aligned and in keeping with the mission. You have the interpersonal that are bringing people on board. You've got the lifestyle, which are flavoring, and then you've just got the wild cards that are enhancing. You put those all together and you've got a complete package really of strengths for your team. And again, good stewardship. The team can more effectively serve when it comes to carrying out that great commission purpose that they have.